Okay, so part two was very interesting. It was very, very interesting, which is usually not what happens. Usually, if there's three parts, we usually get like the second part usually is kind of dull, or the first part will be dull. But part two was pretty good. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is season 6, episode 20, which is the reunion part 2. And like I said, I was expecting part 2 to be kind of dry and nothing really going on. But we started right up. Boog was going off and shut April all the way down, and told her, because she was trying to hint to, there was this little situation where allegedly, I think it was Boog that had actually supposedly messed around with Omarion's mother. And that's what she was hinting at, I believe. And he said, what, do you want me to tell her? See, because I ain't even the one to mess with. Do you want me to put the information out there or what? What do you want me to do so I can empty your clip? I said, oh, girl, he ain't here for you. And that's what you said. The whole time, they looked so stupid to me. And I felt a little bad for Fizz, but then at the end of the day, no, I don't, because April got all this mouth. And the two of them should just be as quiet as church mouses. Because one, you're guilty of everything everybody is accusing you of, which was lying. You lied to your friends. They were your group of friends. You lied to them. You have them in the street looking crazy, arguing with people, telling people about what y'all wasn't doing when all along y'all were doing it. Are you kidding? Like, stop it. Who does that? But y'all don't have that, y'all don't have that take back thing. No, y'all all about it and getting all smart. And then, people, the guys, it gets to be like a little issue, because there became a one part where Yo-Yo was like, okay, look, I've had enough. You all are not going to be just jumping on this woman. I just can't keep standing here for that. And I'm like, Yo-Yo, pipe down. I mean, I understand what you're saying. But again, April been clowning on that internet, and she been clowning since she been sitting there. So it just is what it is. And nobody really seems to care at the fact that Fizz is sitting there, because they let him have it too. And then they let her have it in his presence. So it just is what it is. Maybe she with the wrong person. Okay? Because he ain't got enough sense to pick her up and take her on out of there. If you're not going to fight and there was too many people to be fighting, just pick her up and take her on out of there. Say, we leaving. But that didn't happen, now did it? Anyway, moving on. Jason Lee, and that's when our girl Yo-Yo said something after Jason Lee was like, I used to like you, but you fake as fuck. I said, oh, jeez. Cold-blooded. Anyway, they had actually asked April, are you friends with anybody on the cast? And she's like, well, probably no. Ain't no probably no. No, you ain't friends with nobody on the cast but Fizz. That's it. You have literally ruined all your friendships. All for what? For what? For y'all both to end up looking stupid. Because y'all look absolutely ridiculous. Then there was that whole pregnancy rumor. And she said she was never pregnant, that was Moniece's doing, that Moniece did that. Oh, well, y'all like to play the little internet game, so it was what it was, honey. It happens. People tell lies on us on the internet all the time, honey, and I ain't even got the kind of following y'all got. People tell lies about people who are influencers on the internet all the time. You ain't no different. And the thing that was so strange, I said, this is why you don't have no friends. When she said, they didn't deserve to know what we had going on, and they didn't deserve to know when we got together. Because that's all they asked. Well, when did it happen? Y'all don't deserve to know. I said, oh my. Okay. A mess. A whole mess. And then Fizz tried to get a little tough with Jason. Anyway, moving on. Brittany B. This was funny. This was out in the hallway. Brittany was like, Jason, Oh, baby, I'm so glad you ain't got no tea on me, because when you be dropping tea on people, I was like, look at your troublemaking ass. He gonna say, who told you I ain't had no tea on you? I said, oh. She's like, yeah, girl, shut up. Shut on up. Anyway, then there was this whole exchange between Fizz and Moniece. And I thought it was horrible. It was horrible. He didn't want to work with her. She was saying, when I call and I say, look, I'm having a hard time. I'm breaking down and I don't know why, and this, that, and the other. And if it's her week and she actually has Cam, there's been times when she said, can you get him? Things just don't feel right with me. Can you get him this week? He told her no. No. Well, first of all, what type of a responsible parent is that? It's not like we don't know for a fact she has some issues. And you just want to be spiteful. So if something were to go down to harm either one of them, you would never forgive yourself. All because you doing it out of spite. And it is all out of spite. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. And he wants her to sign over custody fully. And she's like, would you give custody back once I got myself together? Will we go back to co-parent? He's like, yeah. I don't believe him. I think he just don't want to pay child support, period. And just wants to take full custody. And that'll just free him up. And he ain't never going to give back her custody. He'll fight her. Well, it looks like, girl, won't be much of a fight because, when you get into a little situation where it's a fight with money, all you got to do is release a single or something, sis, because he ain't got nothing going on either. So y'all be on even playing field, so it'll be okay. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way he handled that at all. I thought that was really shady. Really shady. So let's talk about Lyrica and Sia and Brittany. Listen. That Brittany's steady talking her stuff, and Lyrica basically told her, girl, you basically used my name to come onto this show with, period. Other than that, what do you have? What do you got going on? Sia told her, girl, your whole storyline was Lyrica. And she said, well, girl, what is your storyline? She said, my storyline is Lyrica too. I came to fuck you. I was like, all right, for the honesty on this side of the couch. You're right. Lyrica's my storyline too. I came to beat you down, honey. I said, oh my God. And then Sia threw a pillow, child, and hit Brittany and hit Ray J. Ray J then ran out to the audience. I said, you know what? Ray is hilarious. He is hilarious. And how many times did he plug Rayco or Raycon? I said, child, gotta love him. He's funny. He is funny. But she hit her with that pillow and Brittany ain't do nothing. She's so corny. I was like, that's a mess. Now, Miss Pam done changed clothes. She had come back in this strapless baby doll dress, and it looks a mess. I said, girl, if you ain't over there looking like Annabelle, it was a mess. And sitting with her legs gapped open, I said, sitting with her legs gapped open, and it was a mess. Her legs gapped open and her hands down like she's sitting outside in a playground somewhere. And then you got Mr. Ray sitting next to her looking like Mrs. Puff. I was like, a mess. And then the one thing is this is like Love and Hip Hop as a whole for the most part. They love the mothers. Like everybody loves Mama D, and everybody loves, just like the mothers. For the most part, most of the mothers, like Rashida's mom, people really gravitate to the mothers. The only person I see they have a real problem is like Jim Jones's mother. That's like back in the day. I mean, she was so about it that you kind of just forget she was somebody's mother because she just been going off. But for the most part, everybody really respects and they love the mothers. And I was laughing at how Kendall was down there messing with Pam and showing her how she was sitting, and she was like laughing with him. And you could tell, like, Pam is probably really cool and really funny because him and her were just laughing, and he was really teasing her, and she was so unbothered, and she was like right there and real jovial. And I was like, that's a nice side of Pam. Pam's probably fun with a beer and some weed. Whatever. her when she ain't being messy, when she playing music, child, and just drinking her beer, talking stuff, and eating chicken wings. Anyway, so Yo-Yo, let me tell you, Yo-Yo's hair, I like her hair. I like her hair. I do. I like the color. Um, she's getting older. And I think the brown, that chestnut color, looks so good on her skin. Because the blonde, remember, she's always been blonde. That blonde hair seems to age her. And the length, longer hair seems to age her. Her makeup was so nice to me. She just looks so pretty to me with the little chestnut situation and yeah, and the little smoky eye. And I was like, come on. Yeah. I was liking that on her. I thought it looked very youthful, and I liked it. I really did. I liked it. Especially for what she's doing. She don't need to be looking like somebody's mom or somebody's aunt, because you're going back into the hip hop. You know, just she could just be like a sexy older girl, you know, but you don't want to be like the sexy auntie up there rapping, talking stuff. But, you know, I like that. I like it. Then, wait, why Brittany B get checked by Kendall? Kendall, he a mess. She was up there. They were doing something, and she get to talking. I said, "No, Miss Brittany." Talking about people, because Yo-Yo was saying, you know, you don't have to be whorish. If you've been out there in the streets and you being whorish, you need to stop, because you want to hold yourself to a certain type of level so people will respect you and treat you good and then take you seriously. And Brittany gonna add her 2 cents. And Kendall was like, "No, I don't know what you're thinking right now, but girl, your Instagram, honey, you in them little tight clothes, you be really doing the most." I said, "Oh, busted." Kendall's stupid. He's stupid. He was out there in that hall on this little second part just to reading. I said, and that was good. So he done had him a couple drinks, because Moniece told him when she had walked off for a little bit, she had told him, "Child, whatever you had earlier, I want some of that because it was real strong." He was like, "Girl, hush." She was like, "Come on, friend." I was laughing. I said, he done, you know, mellowed out and he's feeling good. It was funny. Then K Michelle. We gonna talk to Kay. Listen, I don't know what really went on with her and Zell. Baby, she was having none of it. None of it. She said, "I don't do him. I ain't even up to my best, so I can't even really protect myself like I need to dealing with him. I don't deal with that man at all." I don't know what, I got to try to research that and see what's going on with K Michelle and old boy, but she wanted no parts of Zell. And she's like, "I ain't talking to him. I ain't dealing with." She shut him right down. I was like, that ain't a good look, Zell. But anyway, then they were reading her. That doggone Brittany and Mr. Ray out there making fun of her yodeling and doing her country music. And I was like, you may not want to do that. Because, like, really? Mrs. Puff and the Jolly Green Giant? Really, y'all? Shut up. Shut up. Because you can't read her. Now, you can't read her on that. She can yodel and she can sing and she can write her butt off. And whatever music Kay makes, it's going to be good. Now, the question is whether or not the country music fans will take her in and embrace her. But the fact of whether it's going to be done well and done tastefully, that is not a question. That's not a question. You can look at little stuff she's done on some of her other albums. She did a couple little tracks. Not even a question, okay? The talent is there. Anyway, we talked about how she has decided to go with a completely different surrogate because that stuff just did not work out. I knew it, though, because there was so much drama. And when she said that somebody came to the girl's house and knocked on the door or on the window and asked her, "You got Kay Michelle's babies up in you yet?" I said, "No, okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that." I know she wanted to help her and stuff, but that just became the boyfriend was too divisive, and it was a whole mess. I was like, that sounds like a lot of drama. And she trying to carry twins. Don't nobody need to be stressed out like that carrying your twins around. So, nah, I wasn't feeling that. Anyway, then we had Paris and Brittany, baby. Look, they just don't get along. It's just an issue, period. It's an issue. And Paris was like, "Girl, I'm going to tear you up. It may not be tonight. I don't know exactly when, but at some point, sis, I'm going to catch you and I'm going to tear you up." And Brittany was over there talking that mess and going to say, yeah, whatever. That's why I'm taking these classes now so I can tear you up. Taking classes. Taking classes. Do you see that bull with that goddamn blonde wig on? Girl, classes ain't gonna help you. You need time to perfect what you learned in them classes. She looked like she been tearing people up for quite a while. You know, Kay be jumping on people and carrying on. But when Paris threw that drink on Kay, Kay sat there and kept it cute. Because, Paris, girl, you don't want to be locking up with that bull talking about you to took some classes. Girl, all you going to do is get the pages of your book ruffled up, honey. She said she going to get you, sis, on site. Told her politely, don't talk all that shit. Run up on me like you ran up on Lyrica. That's what I want you to do. I want you to run up on me the way you ran up on Lyrica. I said, you did run up on Lyrica with that old tough stuff. You really did. But you ain't run up on her like that. I said, girl, you may not want to do all that, sis. But anyway, that was it. That's pretty much what we covered. I told y'all it was a whole mess. A whole mess. And, you know, the whole Pam and Big Lyrica thing, child, they just couldn't get it together. Just couldn't get it together. But anyway, part 3 next week. I'll catch y'all on that. Later.